I will give a short account of one of these Brahmins as an example. To understand the following narrative, we must here remark that at Forbes' arrival in Bombay in 1766, there were three parties. At the head of one stood Spencer, at the other Crommelin. The third was under the leadership of Mr. Hodges, who, it was said, had been deprived of the governorship in an unjust and improper manner. Hodges had on this account written a violent letter to the governor and the council of the company, and was, as he refused to retract what he had written, removed from his governorship of Surat, recalled to Bombay, and dismissed from the company's service. The government of Bombay had sent a report of these proceedings to England. Forbes continues as follows. This Brahmin was a young man when Hodges made his acquaintance. He was but little known to the English, but was much celebrated among the Hindus, at least on the west coast of India. I believe that Hodges had become acquainted with him when he was an English resident in Bombay. Both became as intimate friends as the difference in religion and caste would permit. The Brahmin, an upright man, often admonished his friend never to depart from the path of virtue, which would lead him to success and honor and to eternal happiness. To impress this exhortation upon his mind, he assured him that he would rise from the situation he filled in Bombay to higher posts in the company's service. After that, he would be collector of Telacheri in Surat and lastly governor of Bombay. Mr. Hodges often mentioned these prophecies to his friends, but paid himself little attention to them. It was only when he gradually rose to these posts of honor that he placed more confidence in the Brahmin, particularly when he was named collector of Surat. When, however, in course of time, Spencer was named governor and Hodges was dismissed from the service of the company, he sent to the prophet, who at that time was living at Bulpara, a sacred village on the banks of the Tapj. He went to Hodges and listened to the disagreeable end of his hopes and endeavors. Hodges finished by saying that he should sail for Europe and therefore did not expect the brilliant fulfillment of the Brahmin's promises. It is even said that he let fall some reproaches during the conversation on account of these deceitful prophecies. The Brahmin listened to all with the greatest composure, did not move a muscle, and said, "You see this antechamber, and that room to which it leads. Mr. Spencer has reached the portico, but will not enter the palace. He has placed his foot on the threshold, but he will not enter the house. Notwithstanding every appearance to the contrary, you will reach the honors and fill the elevated post I have foretold, and to which he has been appointed. A black cloud hangs before him." This surprising prophecy was soon known in Surat and Bombay. It was the topic of conversation in every society. Hodges had, however, so little confidence in it that he prepared to commence his voyage home. In the meantime, however, the dispatches had been received from Bombay, and an answer was returned with unusual rapidity. The court of directors condemned Spencer's proceedings as governor of Bengal, reversed his appointment to the governorship of Bombay, dismissed him from the company's service, and Hodges became governor. From this time, the Brahmin gained the greatest influence over his mind, and he undertook nothing of importance without having asked the counsel of his friend. It is remarkable that the Brahmin never prophesied anything beyond the government of Bombay, spoke of his return home, but it was well known that he maintained a mysterious silence regarding the time after the year 1771. Hodges died suddenly in the night of February 22nd, 1771. Forbes gives a second account of the predictions of this Brahmin, given to a widow who was mourning for her son. This prediction was literally fulfilled. A third is as follows. A few months before my return from India, a gentleman who was to fill a high situation in India landed in Bombay with his wife. Both were young and had one child. He left his wife with a friend and went to Surat to arrange this household. She was to follow him in a short time. On the evening before the day when she was to set out for Surat, the friend with whom she was staying entertained a large company, and among others, the Brahmin. He introduced him to the company and begged him in joke to foretell the future of the young couple, who had just arrived from Europe. To the astonishment of the whole company, particularly the young lady,